Hey YouTube! I'm doing my top 10 guitars. I've no idea how far into it I am. So, just not really for any reason, just like, I don't know, some of these guitars are just really reflection kind of going. Yeah, so this is a Vantage Avenger. I think is it a 315 or a 325 it's called, from 1982. Most of my guitars are from that sort of era. So this one, if it really shows up, is the most amazing purple sparkleflake finish, including matching headstock. It's a little bit dusty, I should really have cleaned it up. Quite an interesting headstock. See, it's got sort of this sort of curvy bit on it. Some of the later on, Vantage were a funny company, just like another, like a subcontractory out one. So the earliest ones are kind of look a wee bit like a Les Paul double cut type thing, and they're made at Matsumoku. Then they went on to the Avenger series. This one's built in Chushin, Japan. They did that for a few years, and then they moved on to Korea, where I actually had one before, which was I think made up of leftover bits. But by the time they went to Korea, most of them, apart from the one that I had, they're kind of just, it's like a Strat or a Super Strat thing. This has got its own sort of shape, so don't know, it's kind of weird. It's got like the chamfer's here but not here, so it's got like a, that's the bit you would think you would put a contour, back contour as well. It's a bolt-on neck, maple fingerboard, 2-piece. It's not a 1-piece. I do prefer a 1-piece, but 2-piece. So you find that a lot of my my favourite guitars have maple necks. I don't really know why. There's just something I like about the maple fretboard. Yeah, this has a brass bridge, which when I got it was really manky, and I polished that up like nothing else, and it shone like, you know, the suitcase in Pulp Fiction. It was like that. And then what I've since realised is that these things, brass goes dull and then it eventually goes green. So what you want to do is when you polish it up, you lacquer it so it stays shiny. The same thing happened with my Washburns as well. It's like I was great with the Brasso, and it's like it really did look fantastic. Now it just kind of looks a bit meh, but solid brass, top loaded, hard tail, 2 humbuckers. These are really good humbuckers. I'm not really sure what they are, but they sound really good. You get coil splits on push-pull pots, 2 volumes, 2 tones. That's the same switch you get in Matsumoku guitars, so it might be a Goto one, something like that. The tuners are actually Vantage branded, and actually looking at them, which is the first time I've noticed, these are the same. See where the wee screw is on the back? It kind of comes out in line rather than going down the way or at a 45-degree angle. These would fit on a Washburn Stage series, which has got a very tight headstock. Yeah, brass nut. So I got this guitar in a trade, and it was absolutely manky. And I think, to be honest, it's more the colour really than anything else. It's the most fantastic colour. It's like kind of, I don't even know. Is it violet? I don't know. I'm not really. I don't think it's really showing up very well in this video, but it's a stunner. So, bridge single coil, bridge humbucker, neck single coil, neck humbucker, and I'll stick in a wee track. Generally when you get single coils, I like to have in the middle position with 2 single coils. Normally lovely. So this kind of does the Strat thing, but it's got humbuckers in it. Never really noticed before, but actually it's got the sort of Les Paul control, so you've got like 2 volumes and 2 controls, so you can mix between them. Maybe get some more interesting sounds. So I think I've got this set far too slow speed, too fast. bridge humbucker. Suppose what this one does, because you've got the two sets of controls, you can have a humbucker in the neck, single coil on the bridge. Using the wee Laney DC15, no pedals on just now, but now we've got the US Dream, which actually is exactly the same colour as this guitar. Both singles. Twin note pie fuzz pedal. I need that. Not having a good day today. These strings are a bit old as well. They are elixirs, but this guitar's been in the attic for a year, and it was really cold, so it's it's actually coming back to life the more I play it. I really am thinking I should really cut myself down to 10 guitars. Wouldn't that be a sensible thing to do? And then I could keep them all clean, keep them all freshly strung, and actually get a chance to play more of them all the time. I think one of the reasons I like this guitar so much is because it was such a surprise. It wasn't really anything. I just like the colour of it. As I said, I traded it for this before I started doing the bucket. Before I started doing the bucket casters, I used to do switch guitars. So I swapped it for, I don't know, like a Squire Strat and put 10 switches in and extra pickups and stuff like that. But interesting guitars are Vantage. Wee bit of history, you can look them up, these things, you can look them up and see what you're doing. There is actually quite a good Vantage site. There is one I quite fancy, another Vantage, which is basically, it's a very similar shape to this, apart from, see this point, instead of coming up the way, it goes out the way. It looks pretty cool. There's a bass version of it as well. My pal Ronnie bought one of these, not in this paint job, but I think he paid 80 quid for it or something like that in Gumtree's. Like, what do you think of this? And I was like, go for it, that'll be amazing, I bet you. And it's like, it's one of those ones he's like, it's not really my kind of shape and stuff like that. He likes his old, sort of Tiesco-y type semi-hollow things and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I think you should probably buy that. And he did, and he was like, I got a message back a couple hours later, this guitar's amazing. And it's like, yeah, kind of does the lot, really. If you were going to have one guitar, I was going to copy this idea of, what's his face, Roxy's guitar music, Roxy's channel, he did a video a few weeks ago. It was like, if you only had one guitar, what would you be, you're stuck with one, what would you take? And him and I think Blacktooth Fox kind of copied him. It's like, they both went for like a Strat with a humbucker in the bridge, which I kind of get, but I would be more maybe tempted to go with this. This is one of those do-it-all type ones. It doesn't have a tremolo on it, but in some ways that's a good thing. But having the two humbuckers, I suppose, and it's splittable, gives you a nice. I could live with that sound as my single coil sound. Maybe make the strings a little bit less bad if I put some fast fret on it, which is you get great value out of this fast fret stuff. It just kind of makes your strings feel a little bit slippier and a bit less dead somehow, especially if they're older strings. I would be trying to put a wee bit of Flash Gordon, seeing as I've got Flash Gordon on the screen. So, film of the day is the original 1980 Flash Gordon, which is just awesome with its but I can't really play. Actually, I used to be in a band. We used to play a sort of Flash Gordon suite that had the Attack of the Hawkmen and stuff in it. We had a synth player. I was just playing the bass, so. Yeah, so what happened there was actually going to try and make it not happen with the next top 10 one. Actually, to be honest, it was going to be bass, but it was a bass video last night, and it might be a bass video tomorrow night, so I'm trying to squeeze it out with putting a guitar in the middle. I think what I'm going to do with any of these things is look out the guitar maybe a couple of days before, and then play it to get it alive again, because any guitar that's not been played in 6 months is just dead. Even the best guitar in the world, still, it's not been played for a few months, it gets lazy. It's not until you actually start battering it again, everything starts vibrating, tightening up and working much better. And again, have a look at Vantage guitars. Another one of the things I like about this is it's an Avenger, Vantage Avenger. That's so much better. I've got another Vantage actually, which I might sell, a black one. It's called like an XT5. You're like /33. You're like, right, well, that's not an Avenger. No, give a guitar a good name. Also, speaking of a good name, my new boundary, Iliad. Iliad's apparently like a Greek. It's a Greek god thing. I'm not that versed in the classics, but he's like was he the guy something to do with the he's like something to do with the Trojan War and stuff like that. And you're like, so it's pretty cool. At least that's a cool idea. And it's like, I don't think Iliad's a particularly nice to say name, whereas Avenger's like pure Avenger. Obviously, well before your the Marvel films. So basically, as with all my top 10, basically if I was stuck with one guitar, I actually decided that the one guitar, if I was only allowed one guitar, it would be my double neck, 'cause it's got a guitar and a bass. So it's better. Because this isn't a bass, this is just a guitar. It's got really nice neck on it. Maybe a lot of these things just to do with the neck. The neck's fantastic, and these pickups are awesome. I definitely took this into the studio with Crankenhouse near the start, and through the Sovtech it up at drum level. It was absolutely kicking. Rings out really clear, and these will just be stock pickups. That's the thing about, see, when you're buying if you buy the right Japanese guitars, I mean this is into the not really famous, so not really expensive section, but upgrade it. Right, I'll upgrade it. How you gonna upgrade it? Got to go to a tuners, got a solid brass bridge. These pickups are awesome. Not really anything to upgrade. It's all top notch. I mean, I suppose you could probably get it 2% better by, blowing bare knuckles or something, but these ones are really, really kicking. I mean, to be totally honest, when I looked this out, it was like, what's my favourite guitars? And this was like, and I was when I was tuning it up just before I hit record, it was like, why is this one of my favourite guitars? And now I'm remembering again. It's not just the colour. Has to be more to it than that. So, rock on. Catch you later. Sorry, the reason I said I was in a bad mood and I needed this wee jam was I sent a guitar by My Hermes, which I've now lost. I always had a aficionado saying My Hermes rocking. Well, it depends how well my my claim goes. The guy got it, and it's like, it looks like someone's parked a forklift on top of the box. It's had something so heavy on it that it's got like a big indent in it, and it snapped the neck off the guitar. And you're like, well, that's not very good, is it? I don't like parcel force either. So what's a good courier? One that's not pure expensive, but one that's, you know, it will actually deliver you. I think the problem with My Hermes is it's purely down to who it is your local guy. Or for me, the guy I've got is awesome. So I mean, I'm totally sure he's never damaged anything, but it's who it is at the other end, because it's like My Hermes, it's like one person goes from your house or picks up from your local shop, takes it into the sorting department, it gets stuck in a van, moved down to wherever it is, and then the person at the other end, if they've got an idiot on it who just decides that they're just going to kick, you know, reverse on top of your guitar and stuff like that, it kind of depends who your local guy is. I have been told not to, I was told by my pal John Carter not to post anything by My Hermes to him down in Scale Morley, because apparently his guy is pure atrocious, pure doesn't turn up, and, you know, just like, at all. It's just meant to be a pure nightmare, so we don't know. I think I might play this loud for the next half hour and try and calm down a bit more, but maybe even do another video. I can't be bothered doing that. But this used to be on, I used to have this as a kind of threesome. Sounds dirty, but with my Ibanez, actually basically on the wall there, with those three. I always figured these three are kind of similar in that, well, they're all different makes, they're all kind of from the same sort of era, but they're all really good and just like a bit different. It's not a Strat, or I don't even know what you would call it. I mean, it's a 25-inch scale, so it kind of is a Strat, but being hardtail and Les Paul controls, and it's something in the middle. It's something new and interesting, and it basically just plays really well. So that's how it made it into my top 10. However many guitars have made it into my top 10, I don't know. It might be 20, I don't know, or 10. Maybe. I'll definitely find 10. Rock on, catch you later.